Have you ever wondered why the kindest, most giving people so often end up in relationships with the most toxic partners? It almost feels unfair, doesn't it? You see someone who loves deeply, who sacrifices, who would never intentionally hurt anyone, and yet they keep attracting people who lie, manipulate, and break them down. If that sounds like your story or the story of someone close to you, then listen closely, because this isn't bad luck. It's not random. There are psychological reasons why good people become magnets for toxic partners, and once you understand them, you'll never look at your relationships the same way again. Welcome to the Influencer Trap, the channel where we expose hidden manipulation tactics and teach you how to protect yourself. What you're about to hear isn't the surface level advice you'll find in random relationship blogs. We're going deeper into the psychology, the emotional patterns, and the hidden traps that toxic people use to target the very best qualities in you. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why this keeps happening, you'll also know how to stop the cycle for good. Let's start with the brutal truth. Toxic people are hunters. They don't chase everyone, they chase those who give them the most fuel, the most control, the most supply. And who fits that description better than someone who's empathetic, forgiving, patient, and always willing to see the good in others? That's why good people become targets. It's not because you're weak, it's because you're strong in all the ways a toxic partner can exploit. Here's how it usually begins. Picture a kind-hearted person, someone who believes in love, in second chances, in the idea that people can change. Along comes a toxic partner, charming, exciting, maybe even mysterious. At first, they mirror everything the good person wants. They pretend to be the soulmate, the answer to prayers. And because good people believe in giving trust freely, they let their guard down. This is the perfect setup for manipulation. The toxic partner knows exactly how to play the role until the bond is secure. But then, the shift happens. The criticism starts. The control begins. And because the good person is empathetic, they excuse it. They say things like, they're just stressed. They don't mean it. I can help them heal. That empathy, that patience, it's beautiful, but in the hands of the wrong person, it becomes a weapon against them. Take this real-life example. I once spoke with a man who was incredibly giving. He would drop everything to help his girlfriend, even when it meant sacrificing his own career opportunities. At first, she praised him for being so supportive, but later she began demanding it, expecting it, even ridiculing him if he hesitated. When he finally burned out and tried to set boundaries, she accused him of being selfish and uncaring. And because he was a good man who hated the idea of being selfish, he gave in. Do you see the trap? Toxic partners prey on your fear of being bad. They flip your kindness against you until you no longer recognize yourself. The psychology behind this is fascinating and dangerous. Toxic people thrive on control. They use a tactic called intermittent reinforcement, giving you just enough love, just enough sweetness, just enough hope to keep you hooked, while simultaneously tearing you down. And good people, because they want to believe in love, cling to those small moments of affection as proof that things can get better. It's like being thirsty in the desert and celebrating every drop of water, even while you're dying of dehydration. So why do good people attract these partners over and over again? Because patterns from the past are repeating themselves. Many empathetic people grew up in environments where they had to earn love, maybe from a distant parent, maybe from a critical family member. Subconsciously, they learned that love isn't freely given, it has to be worked for, fought for, proved through sacrifice. And when a toxic partner comes along who makes them jump through hoops for affection, it feels familiar, painfully familiar. But familiarity isn't love, it's just conditioning. The key to breaking this cycle lies in awareness. First, you have to recognize the pattern, that your empathy, your forgiveness, your loyalty are strengths, but they need boundaries. Because without boundaries, your strength turns into a weakness that others can exploit. Second, you must learn to distinguish between effort and sacrifice. A healthy relationship requires effort from both sides, not endless sacrifice from one. If you're the only one giving, you're not in a partnership, you're in a trap. Here's another example. A woman I know was always the one fixing things in her relationships. If her boyfriend was upset, she'd calm him. If he cheated, she'd forgive and try harder. If he failed in life, she'd carry the weight for both of them. She believed this made her a good partner, but what it really did was teach him that no matter how badly he treated her, she'd always stay. That's the danger when your goodness removes all consequences for toxic behavior. The toxicity only grows. Now let me give you the step-by-step mindset shift that changes everything. Step 1. Stop seeing your kindness as a weakness. You don't have to harden your heart, you just have to protect it. Step 2. Learn the difference between empathy and enablement. Empathy says, I understand your pain. Enablement says, I'll destroy myself to carry your pain for you. Toxic partners depend on enablement. Step 3. Redefine love. Love isn't about how much you can tolerate, it's about how safe and valued you feel. If love constantly feels like pain, it isn't love, it's manipulation dressed in romance. And finally, understand this. You don't attract toxic people because you're broken. You attract them because you're a source of light, and light always draws moths. The real question is, will you keep letting them burn you, or will you set boundaries so only those who respect your light get to share it? If this message hit home, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe to the influencer trap, because the more we expose these hidden dynamics, the more we protect ourselves and each other. And remember this, your kindness is your power, but only when you control where it flows.